What is up, guys? It is the Redstone Scientist here, and I am back with TRS's World number 14. TRS's World! Yeah, you know the drill. Anyway, so, we have just, I hope you enjoyed that little, or long, montage time-lapse created with the replay mod made by Crush Pixel. And I built the slime room. This is where all of our slime is going to go from underneath, which we'll talk about in a minute, to all of these chests here. Now, this design was mostly created by me and EJ Monkey, who has a great channel. You should really check him out. Unfortunately, he's going to be gone for a while, and so I thought this was I wanted to tribute something to him, so I got to work on building this. And I think it looks pretty good, but it doesn't look as good as the original design that we had, because the thing is, I thought that the item elevators, rather than being like this, I thought they were spaced like that, so that we just had one block. And so that actually changed the whole layout, because everything kind of fits together perfectly here. Also in this version, there's an even number, and before there was an odd number. I think it looks even better in the other worlds. So let me go show you that real quick, and I will be back with you in a second. Okay, guys, so here is the original room, and I think it looks so much better. You know, it's a lot more spacious. It's got wide open range and stuff, and also these lamps really gave it a nice touch. Now, you could see here, this is what I thought it was. Now, actually, we made it. I was going to try and put the lamps in, but I didn't end up doing it because it ended up looking too much like a face. Because actually, these are off-center slightly, so it wouldn't be that bad. So then I thought about maybe putting 2 lamps there, but we'll see. We'll see. I really like the resource blocks in the back there. There's no difference in each of the sections. Maybe there will be in the future. Maybe we'll funnel something from another farm into there. But for now, they're just there to sort of break up the room a bit. And so originally, also, this was going to be the door, which I really like. Super simple cross door, great design. Really like the block combination here. And that was going to be the door, and that's super cool. Except then it became an even number, which means we couldn't do a 3x3 door, otherwise it would be off-center. So it took me a long time playing around with it, as you probably saw in the time-lapse there, that eventually I decided, okay, we're going to make a 4x4 door with a completely different design. This whole wall, really, was completely redesigned in TRS's world. So let's go back to TRS's world. Okay, guys, we are back in TRS's world. So what I'm thinking here, see, now we only have 3 to work with the lamp. So if we put a lamp there, and we put a lamp there, it looks too much like derp face. And if we leave those 2 lamps there and put a lamp here and here, it's too many lamps. But if we put a lamp here and here, it just looks weird, having 2 lamps next to each other. So I'm not sure what to do about that. You guys give me some suggestions in the comments what you want to see happen. Now, none of the redstone is set up yet. Well, we can get to that later today. But first of all, this is actually going to have lime-stained glass in it, glass panes. And after a lot of searching, I found a great design for a 4x4 door by Redstone Innovation, I believe is his name. And we're not going to be making that right now, but we will in the future. But let me know what you think of this room. I tried to stay true to EJ and my design, but, you know, there's only so much you can do when you get the dimensions wrong. So, you're probably wondering, what about that whole thing at the bottom, that huge design that you worked on? Because I spent so long building it, like, at least 4 times as long as it took to build this thing. Whoops. That's not what I want. I assumed that these stairs would lead to where I wanted to go. Let's see here. Huh. Here we go. So yeah, what about that awesome design you made? You know, I spent so long working on this. Well, also, I never actually finished it. There was going to be, in each yellow diamond here, behind it was going to be a 3x3x3 cube set back with a space in between. A 3x3x3 cube of slime blocks with a glowstone block in the center. There's an example somewhere. I did it like once, but I never had enough slime to finish it. There it is. over there, and that looked actually really good. But the thing is I kind of didn't consider, with all of these slime platforms and everything, it's impossible to really take in the beauty of the farm. And, you know, I was going to fill this whole wall up with magenta stained clay, and I'm starting to think maybe we should just tear the whole thing out. Because it's a waste of resources, you know? It's nice to have everything decorated, you know, even the behind-the-scenes stuff, but still, I feel like there's so many better things we could be using these resources for. It's going to take a while to demolish, but let me know if you think we should or not. Yeah, just let me know. So I decided, in order to really get a good idea of the design here, we can take a fly-through in spectator mode. As you can see, it was a really cool design with these yellow and green diamonds going down, and there was going to be all this magenta clay back here. Now, it was going to be lit up. It wasn't like going to be fully lit. It was going to be just barely lit up, so it looks kind of gloomy, eerie. And these 3x3x3 slime cubes with the glowstone in the center, and I thought that that would be just such a cool effect. So, it's a lot of work for not a lot of, you know, payoff. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Let me know what you think. Okay, guys, so before we actually get to the door, I'm actually going to show you some of the progress I have on getting villagers from the zombie spawner that we have set up. It's been a while, I think, since you've seen me over there, so I'll go and show you that. And we're also going to do some... I was just doing some enchanting. I got my helmet all done up and nice, but we are actually going to need to go and... I kind of need new tools, so I'm going to use that as an opportunity to show you the new villagers. But before we actually go to the spawner, I need to show you that I put in a little sugarcane farm to the base area thing. Now that I have, like, so much food from the gold farm, I'm wondering, like, what to do with all this chicken, because I keep getting it full and having to, like, put it away somewhere. So here, the sugarcane is actually doing pretty well. So let's take a look at how it works. It's a pretty standard sugarcane farm design. Basically, all of these pistons are bud-powered diagonally, and when one grows, it provides a block update. They all extend, and this redstone block extends, depowering all of the pistons, so they retract, and when this retracts, they become bud-powered again, and that's how that works. Hopefully that made some sense. Whoa, that scared me. That was the sugarcane farm firing. Okay, so we got some of that, and I believe there's some leather over here. Perfect. Let's go over here. We got some leather. Let's make some books. There we go, 53 books. Okay, perfect. And I also got a whole bunch of emeralds for us to trade with. Let's put all the paper away, and yeah, let's just go like this. Okay, here we go. You know what I really need over at the zombie spawner is an enchanting station. A place to enchant things. I still need to get rid of that. But let's go down our lovely hallway here that we so rarely appreciate. It's an incredibly bold choice, but, you know, I think it looks okay. Okay, here we are. So, it's this very, very ghetto setup. Very difficult to... Basically, I just, like, wait till I have a villager, pull the lever to stop it, let them out, lure them in there because they're tracking a villager already, and then just block them off with wood slabs. And that seems to work pretty well, actually. So, let me turn the sound down. It's been very annoying. Okay, so I've got some pretty good trades here. The one I'm looking at in particular... Now, of course, this is an incredibly expensive trade, but... You know, it is Unbreaking 3, so I'm still going to keep it. If I find a better one, I'll find a better one. Let's see here. Boy, those emeralds went by a lot faster than I expected them to. Okay, protection. We're going to be putting this Unbreaking 3 on this pick right here because my fortune is running low and I can no longer repair it. We got a new shovel. That's great. And we need to do something about this bow. We need to get... Unbreaking 3 on the bow also is what we want. I forgot about that. So, we don't actually have enough right now, enough emeralds with us to, to get another book. So, let's head back. But first of all, let me show you some of the good trades I got here. I got some of the cheapest trades on the farmer. So that's pretty good. Cleric, of course, for the rotten flesh. I got 2 of those for when they lock up. Feather Falling 3, which can easily be converted to Feather Falling 4. Fortune 1. Silk Touch 1. That is a really useful one because look how cheap it is. 16, super cheap. And I believe that is the cheapest trade you can get for name tags. Yeah, so those are the trades. Let me put all the stuff on the tools, and then I think we're gonna go getting to building the door. Going to building, door building, getting to the... Oh, I totally forgot to mention this. Private Johnson is dead. I was getting clay at the Mesa biome, and he, like, just wandered off and got suffocated, and I didn't hear him because I was away from my computer. Ugh, poor Private Johnson. We'll have to go get another horse. A successor to Private Johnson. Bam, new fortune pick. And this is going to be our work pick right there. I usually don't use a work pick, but, you know, whatever. We can leave the fortune at home and just use the work pick for work. So let's leave the fortune pick at home, using the work pick for work. We'll leave that there. And our shovel, we've got a fortune 3 shovel, which isn't super useful. But we'll just hold on to these like that for now. I still have a bow that we can enchant. Let's try that. Let's do that. Because I still got a lot of... I got all these levels from the gold farm, by the way. What was I doing? Oh, first let's check book. Power 3, no. Blast protection 4. That could be useful another time, but nah. Unbreaking 3. Okay. Power 3, unbreaking 3. Okay, well at least it's unbreaking, right? So let's see if we can repair this like that. That is expensive! Okay, whatever. There we go. And anything else? I believe we're good on our armor for now, at least. I still wanted this to have protection 4, but it's kind of hard to get rid of now. So let's put all our stuff away, and we will go and get to building this door. I have a list somewhere of... It's kind of hard because my screen resolution doesn't allow me to have... hold on. My screen resolution doesn't allow me to have like 2 instances of Minecraft open at once. So it's going to be pretty difficult for me to build this. Like, I can have 2 at once. The problem is that it's not... I can't record it in 720p. So it's going to be a little difficult. I may have to record it using the replay mod, and I don't want to do that again since we already did a replay mod in this video, but we will see where the wind takes us. Let's put it that way. Okay guys, so I have all of these supplies. It feels so good to have everything exactly measured out as you need. So I am going to desperately try and build this thing off camera. I've got my phone in front of me with pictures of the screenshots I took, and we're gonna see how this goes. Because the screenshots are super blurry. So again, I did not design this door. It is a design by Redstone Innovation, and I will link it in the description. It is probably the best 4x4 door I've seen out there. Now, not a vault door, because most 4x4 doors are vault doors, meaning they sort of go inward as you... or they go backward as you go inward, if that makes sense. But I'm talking about a 4x4 door that is completely flush and just a flat 4x4 door. So we're going to need to clear some space back here. I'm going to be using wool as the building block just because we have an abundance of it from the Spawn Chunks project thing. But we are going to change that. Basically, because most of the base is going to be underground, somehow our paths will connect to here, and we will maybe either leave it as wool or change it out. We'll see, but the way we get here for now is going to be a little bit iffy, so it's going to look kind of bad from the outside, but we're not meant to see it from the outside. But I'm going to clear some space, and I will be back with you in a second. Okay, so believe it or not, I think that's all of the space I have to dig out. It's really pretty compact, and it's got actually some ingenious mechanics, too. So let's get started with the sticky pistons. I built it earlier today in a creative world following the tutorial, so let's see if I remember how to do it. We start out with the door closed, and we need to put down the framework, or I am terrible at piston doors, which is the reason why I'm not making this myself, because ordinarily I'd be making all of my own redstone creations, rather than just following a tutorial, but, as you can probably guess, also, I just said it, I am not the best at piston doors, so just for elegance, I'm going to be following someone else's tutorial. So we're going to be building the framework, like so. There. Okay. Oh, man, we fell. Now, something very important about this is that these have to be slabs, because the way that this works actually functions on a bud. So, like, which is a block update detector. So the pistons, there's going to be pistons right next to here, are only going to update when we activate the redstone or deactivate it, whatever, and it's going to shift this tower of redstone along. So I will show you what that looks like later, but basically here is where our input is going to be, and obviously we're going to need to move that to a more convenient location and also put it on the inside and the outside. Or we could just have it open whenever we're in there and then close. No, because I like the look of it when you're inside. Alright, anyway, we have got it down there, so when we do that, all of that happens, and we pull it back down. Great. Here you can see why we don't want why we want a half slab, so that this does not get powered by it, but it doesn't get powered by the redstone, only gets updated by the redstone, if that makes any sense. And we'll... Okay, so now it is time to build the towers. So let me show you how those work. Basically, we put a block here, and a redstone block here, and now this piston is butted because a redstone block with a 1 block gap from a piston should actually be powering it. That is the way redstone works, and so the piston doesn't know right now that it's being... Whoops! There you go. you just saw, because I provided it with a block update, it shot off into the distance like that. So let's put all this back. Okay, a redstone block to butt it, and then we're going to actually just keep building up. So then there, and another one, and there. Okay. Now over here, I believe this is either a pulse extender or a T flip-flop, I'm not sure, but basically, when you activate it, this briefly gets unpowered, and then it goes into there, and it comes back. I guess, I don't know why, if it's a T flip-flop. I really don't know a lot about how, piston doors work, but I'm assuming it's a T flip-flop. It's what it looks like anyway, because then we take put a wool down there, and we take a comparator output from the hopper. Oh, you know what it is? It's a pulse shortener. I think it's a monostable circuit. Yeah, so that when this turns on, the torch turns off, and then when the button presses over, the torch reactivates, shoots up an item, and we get a brief pulse until the item flows back down into the dropper. That's what it is. Now, as you can see, this piston that's right next to the regular piston actually pushes another redstone block down onto this piece of redstone dust, which will power both of these pistons. So it's very cleverly compacted in this way of moving redstone blocks. Another clever thing about this system is this little self-resetting tower mechanism. Whoops. So another clever thing about me is that. No, so when the tower gets pushed up, this redstone block activates this repeater, activates this block, which is going to have redstone on it, and that goes to power those, and we put another block there, which will activate this piston and push the tower back to where it is now. So it's a self-resetting, like, block tower, if that makes sense. Yeah, so not only does it reset this tower, but it also goes into here, which will power the piston right below it, this one right there. And then, coming off of there, the thing I like about this, the reason why I keep saying it's clever, is because every time he powers something, he doesn't just, like, leave that redstone line. So it's not like, I'm going from point A to point B. I'm going to point A to point B, and rather than going from point A to point C and A to D, I actually go from A to B and B to C, and so on and so forth. So it's not, it's very efficient in that way. There's nothing quite like compacted checkerboarded redstone. That's what I call it. That's usually what compact things look like to to people who didn't make them, just a checkerboard of blocks. Now, the beautiful thing about this design is that it's completely symmetrical. So I just built one module, or not module, I just built one side of it, and now I have to build the other side just by mirroring it. I believe that is all there is to it. I'll double check. So the only thing I really don't like about this design here is that I feel like it could be more compact just because there's a lot of empty space. Which isn't, you know, terrible. It's already pretty dang compact. I mean, it's only 3 wide, and it's really not that tall. But I still feel like that empty space could be used. But I'm not one to talk because I'm not good at compacting redstone, so there you go. Alright guys, so I am out of resources, which must mean I am done. Hopefully it means I'm done. So let's give this a shot, okay? Moment of truth. It almost worked! Hold on, let's close it. That was weird. Let's take a look here. What's wrong? The only thing missing... those two, right? So where did those go? Those accidentally got picked up by this, but instead, maybe because the door was broken before and I had to repair it. So let's try putting these back, and let's just do it again. Okay, here we go. Ah, so something is amiss. I know what it is. I forgot about the self-resetting tower, but oh no, I didn't. What am I missing? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm such an idiot. I forgot to put an item in there. Wow, I'm such an idiot. Okay. Derp. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it closes fine. Yay! Woo! Alright, we did it! Yes! Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Okay, so that works pretty darn perfectly, and so look how nice it is when it's open. Now, I'm pretty sure I want to change these out because it actually ended up looking pretty good with the stained glass and the sticky piston behind it. It actually doesn't look that bad, especially, unlike in the testing world, the stained glass was not connected on both sides, and I really like it connected on both sides. So, when it's open, we want it to look just as good as when it's closed. So, let's get some quartz stairs. And we will put one here. That looks pretty good. And here. We need to change those out for stairs in the opposite direction. Ooh, that is actually a really grand entrance. Look at that. That looks great. But now I'm kind of thinking we should change out these stairs for just slabs or something. But you know what? It looks good. It looks good. It's just like, it almost looks like there's this little hanging bit there that I don't like. It almost just looks like it's suspended in midair. You see what I'm talking about? Because I'm having some lighting issues. This is getting 7, and I'm trying to come up with a solution that I like for how to light this place up. I want to use redstone lamps, and the thing is that I also don't want to interfere with the redstone, and I don't want to change the door design. So, yeah, that's the problem. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, a share, or better yet, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to check out the jam-packed description for more science. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.